Leroy Chow is a former NASA astronaut and he joins us from Houston, Texas. Thanks so much for being with me, Leroy. How you doing?
My pleasure. Good to be with you.
Good to see you. Let's talk space. NASA says this is the first time that a crew has returned early for a medical reason in the entire 25-year history of this International Space Station. Were you surprised to hear the news? And what does it tell us about how high the bar is for making this kind of call?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised because, as you pointed out, this is the first time in the history of the ISS program that we are ending a mission early for medical reasons. Astronauts, of course, are in excellent health, and we have quite a good medical kit on board and trained people to help us, of course, doctors on the ground. And so this is not something that we didn't expect ever, but it's the first time it's happened, so it's a little bit of a surprise.
One thing that's getting me is that NASA keeps stressing this is not an emergency situation, but it definitely sounds like an emergency situation, right? Can you break down for us what kinds of medical issues could possibly push the mission managers into deciding to bring back the crew home early?
Sure. I mean, NASA has stated that this is not an immediate emergency. It's a concern. There was some kind of a medical event on board, but the patient is stabilized and not in immediate danger, but just out of an abundance of caution. It sounds like the medical folks would like to bring the crew down so that this individual may be worked up additionally just to be on the safe side. So it's hard to say what it could be. We generally have a good kit on board and capabilities to treat a lot of different things. But one thing we talk about, which is not the case here because it's not an immediate emergency, we think about when we're going to Mars, for example, what about the crew? What if somebody has an appendicitis? What are we going to do? And so there's been talk about, well, if and when we do send a crew to Mars, maybe we proactively have everyone that's going to go have their appendix taken out proactively. So clearly not the case here, but it's hard to say what it might be. But clearly it's something that was dealt with, but the doctors here would just like to make sure and have this person worked up more formally on the ground. So hard to speculate what it might be, but it sounds like it's not an immediate concern.
And NASA is being extremely careful to not identify the astronaut or the medical issue. Is that typical in a situation like this? And how do agencies balance transparency with protecting crew welfare?
Well, sure. I mean, this is an issue of legality, really. We have the HIPAA laws and things like that. And so NASA is very careful to be adherent to those laws. And in those cases, of course, they're not going to identify the individual or any the medical issue at hand. Perhaps after everything is taken care of, I'm sure NASA will have more to say on it. But just to respect the patient's rights and the HIPAA laws, this is about all they can say.
I did also like seeing that the Japanese Space Agency was like, it is not our astronaut, but no one else said anything yet. With the crew leaving early, how is that going to impact the mission and the science experiments?
That will impact some of the science, operations on board. Certainly the station is capable of being run by 3 crew members. They can certainly do all the maintenance and repair issues that are going on and might come up. But yes, there will be an impact to science operations, no question, with these other crew members leaving a bit early. But it'll only be for a few months. The next crew was scheduled to launch soon, and so the impact will be there, but won't be too bad.
How do you think this could impact NASA's Artemis mission, which is still scheduled for next month and should see 4 astronauts sent to the moon and back, so that's even further, without landing?
This should have no impact on the Artemis 2 flights scheduled right now, hopefully for early February. NASA has not nailed down an exact launch date, but these operations on board ISS are completely separate from the Artemis 2 mission, the upcoming Artemis 2 mission. So I think that will go ahead and proceed as planned, hopefully in early February.
Okay, well, we'll leave it there for now. Probably speak to you again when we know more about what's happening next. Former NASA astronaut Leroy Chow, thanks so much.